Hi, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and today's class is a detox class. We're filming just after Christmas on Boxing Day for those who are celebrating Boxing Day, and doing the voiceover a couple of days later, so right before the new year. And so you may want to do this before or maybe right after. Also, I would highly, highly recommend for the new year to get a new notebook, write down all of the things that you're grateful for 2014, and then write down all of the intentions that you'd like to bring in for 2015. My teacher tells us to do it. I've been doing it for several years, and it's wonderful. So sitting up, close your eyes, create an intention for your practice. Begin to come into your Ojai pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose. And then come onto your back. Take your feet about hips width apart, walk your heels in front of the knees, and take your fingers just above your right hip bone. And as you poke your fingers in there, start to make some circles. So this is a way to stimulate digestion. We're moving from the right hip bone up to the bottom of the right rib cage. And then when you get there, start to circle as you move across to the bottom of the left rib cage. And then once you get there, begin to move back down to your left hip bone. And then when you get to the left hip bone, you'll just go across underneath your navel and start again at the top of your right hip bone. So we're moving in the direction of up on the right side, that's up the ascending colon, and then across the transverse colon, and then down and eventually out the descending colon. So I do this little massage of my intestines whenever I feel like I may have overindulged or feel too full. This is a way to get things moving. I learned this from Sean Korn, who's one of my favorite teachers. Now take your knees over to the right and look over your left shoulder. Pick up your right ankle and place it on top of your left knee for a little twist. So this practice, come back to center and to the other side, knees to the left, looking right, left ankle on right knee. This practice is, like I said, a detox flow, and it is designed to move everything in that direction. Up the ascending colon, take your knees into your chest, across the transverse, and down through the descending colon. Rock a little here side to side. Breath is always important in our practice, but it's going to be extra important when we get to our twists. Right knee in, and then exhale. Take your right leg across to twist. The left leg is extended out for another, just a gentle twist to start to warm up. And then back to center. Draw both knees into the chest. Hug the left knee in. And then take it across to the right side to twist. Looking over your left shoulder. And a few breaths here. And there, right behind me, is my son Stone, who keeps going in and out through. He's off from school. Hug the knees into the chest and roll yourself up. You can see Stone's legs a lot. There's this little shadow. Right arm under the left. There he goes, like the left arm behind. He gave a wave. And then extend the left leg out if you like, or you don't have to. You could also lift it off the ground. But if you do, drop the outer left hip down, otherwise you'll roll onto your back. Coming back up into table. Swing the left arm under the right, come onto the left shoulder, and take your right hand to your low back, or take it behind you and hook it around, holding onto your left thigh, the top of the thigh. Roll the shoulder open and extend the right leg if you like, or not. You can keep the knee on the floor. Either way, we're just working to make a little twist and then come back into table position. Walk your hands forward about a handprint, tuck your toes, and stretch back into downward facing dog. So as you're here, your first down dog, just start to bend one knee and the other. Bicycle the legs. Make sure your arms are shoulders distance apart and your feet are hips width. And then start to stretch back your chest toward the thighs. Draw your low belly in and up. Inhale to plank pose, the top of a push-up. Shift forward about an inch and lower slowly to the ground. Untuck your toes, come to cobra on your inhale. Shoulder blades toward the waist, tailbone toward the heels. Exhale, press up to the knees and then stretch back into downward facing dog. Make sure to spread your fingers wide and press onto the base of your fingers. Lift away with your forearms. Look forward, bend the knees. Either step or hop the feet forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, folding forward, hips over heels if your legs are straight. Inhale, root down and rise all the way up and lengthen. And exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, hinge from your hips coming forward. Inhale, come halfway up and lengthen, fingertips to the floor or hands to shins. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Lower, shoulders no lower than elbows. Knees can be down there. Inhaling to upward dog, press through the hands and feet. You can stick with cobra instead. And exhaling back into downward facing dog. So as usual, we're going to warm up with some sun salutations, but please feel free to modify your sun salutations as needed. You can take your knees down through chaturanga. You can stay with a cobra pose instead of pressing into upward facing dog. Look forward, bend the knees, step or float the feet. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rooting down, rising all the way up and lengthen, and exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale again to reach up. Exhale, folding in, hips over heels. Inhale to lengthen, look up. Keep the gaze slightly forward. Exhale, step or float back into chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Big breath in, keep the belly lifted. Exhale, lift the hips and roll back into downward dog. Press your thighs back. Inner thighs spinning toward the back of the mat. And lengthen the spine as much as you can. So you're pressing the weight up into the hips. And then stretch it down toward the heels. Ears and arms in the same line. And steady breathing. Look up, step or hop the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold, reach the crown of the head down. Inhale, root down and rise up. And exhale, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhaling to press up. Exhaling and stretch all the way back. Breathing 1. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. Draw your belly in. 4, inhale. Exhale, look up. Step or hop your feet. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root down and rise all the way up. Lengthen up and exhale. Samastitihi. Take your feet, hips, or inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, folding forward. One more Surya A here. Inhale to lengthen up, and exhale, step or float into chaturanga. Inhaling up, keep inhaling, nice long breath. Exhaling back. And again, stretching back. Try and turn. And then your inhale, lift your right leg up, bend the knee, and open up the hip, stretching. And then make some circles with your leg. So bend the knee, circle all the way around the hip once, and then twice. And then one more time. And then lift it up, open, and then square off the hips. As you exhale, step it forward, taking your left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Pull your right hip back. Sink the hips forward. Start to pull your front heel toward the back of the mat, the back knee toward the front to draw a little bit deeper into the pose if you can. And reach up and spin your triceps forward. Exhale the hands down, tuck the back toes back into plank through chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. And exhale back into down dog. Inhale, floating the left leg, bend the knee, opening the hip. And then again, make some circles. So big hip circles. One and another one. And one more hip circle. And stretch it open. And then take the leg to center, squaring off the hips. And exhale, lightly step it up. Take the right knee to the floor. Inhale, come on up. So pulling your left hip back, send your right hip forward. You can always pad up your back knee if you need some padding on that knee. Put a blanket there or fold your mat over. Start to draw your left heel toward the back of the mat and begin to drag the right knee toward the front. They're not going to move, but it makes it a little stronger stretch. Come back to plank and lower. Inhale to press up. Exhale, downward dog. And again, stretching back. Come back to your steady breathing so your inhales and your exhales are equal in length. Look up on your inhale, step or float forward and lengthen your spine. On your exhale, fold all the way in. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, drop the hips as you reach up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale again, bend the knees, reaching up, weight into the heels, press your shins back, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhaling, press up, roll your shoulder heads back gently. Exhale, and lift the hips to down dog. On your inhale, step your right foot up, spin your back heel flat, warrior one, all the way up with the arms, and then exhale to come right back down. Hug your elbows in. Inhale to press up, nice long breath, and exhale into down dog. On your inhale, left foot steps, the back foot is flat, lined up heel to heel all the way up. It's one inhale, and then exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, stretch out the whole front of the body, and exhale, stretching to down dog. Breathing for one. Exhale. And two, inhale. Exhale, lift the low belly. And three, inhale. Exhale. And four, inhale. And five, step or jump your feet on your inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to bend the knees, Utkatasana, drop the hips, look up. And exhale, Samastitihi. Getting warm. It was pretty chilly this day, but we'll continue after the jacket comes off. So another Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, bend the knees and reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float into chaturanga. Inhaling up, press through the hands and feet. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot steps back, foot is flat, rise up, pull the right hip back, inhaling all the way up, and then exhale all the way back down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, left foot steps back, foot is flat, rise up, still inhaling, big breath. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Exhale, down dog. Every movement has a breath. Stretching back. Try and turn your outer upper arms, your triceps back toward your feet and your biceps forward towards the front of your mat or towards your fingertips. That way you can get your shoulder head right into the socket. It's a good place for it. Take a couple breaths, looking up, step or float feet to hands, inhaling, lengthen up, exhaling and fold. Inhaling, bend the knees, Utkatasana, drop the hips reaching up, exhaling to Samastitihi. Step or hop the feet. Inhale, oh no, still together, sorry. Utkatasana, chair pose. Start to sink back in your imaginary chair. Stick your buns back and sit all the way down, finding Navasana, boat pose. Knees can be bent or straight, but lift your chest, keep your spine long. Draw your belly in. Any back issues, stay right here, or you can hold the backs of the knees with the knees bent like I showed. Otherwise, if your back's okay, Ardha Navasana, lean back. Inhaling and come up. Exhaling, lean back. Inhaling up. Exhale to lower. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, almost to the ground, hover. Inhaling up. Exhale, stretch out. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, extend back. Inhaling up. And exhale, extend. Inhaling up. And again, pulling back. Inhale up. Exhale to extend. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, stretch them out. And from here, cross your ankles, pick anything up at all. Step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale, back into down dog. Right foot steps, back foot is flat. Rise up as you inhale. And then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch all the way back. Inhale, left foot steps, back foot is flat. Rise up, stretch up, and lift up. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale, stretch all the way back to down dog. If you want a break, take it. Take your knees down and rest. Anytime is a good time for a break if you want one. Step or jump, inhale, come to a flat back, lengthen. Exhale and fold in. Now heel till the feet hips width. Grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Padangusthasana, lengthen, inhale, exhale, fold. Lift the shoulders gently up toward the waist. And if your legs are straight, firm your quadricep muscles and shift the weight toward the balls of your feet. If your knees are bent, that's fine, and you can keep the weight in the heels. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, Padahastasana, stepping the feet on the hands or padas on the hastas. Lengthen, inhale, keep the length, and exhale to fold in. And again, if your knees are bent, no worries. Weight can stay in the heels. See, like that. If your legs are straight, firm the leg muscles, quadriceps, and shift the weight slightly forward so that your hips are over your heels. Look up, inhale, hands to hips, exhale, and inhale, come all the way back up. Inhale to reach the arms, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, step back into plank and pause. Reach the crown of the head forward, the tailbone toward the heels. Pick up your belly, lift the backs and knees up toward the ceiling. A nice long spine. Keep your belly drawing in and up. And then where your right hand was, take your right elbow. Where your left hand was, take your left elbow, dolphin plank. Continue to lift up through the backs of the knees and the belly. And stretch your tailbone towards your heels. And walk your feet in, coming into dolphin pose. Stretch your chest back toward the thighs. Press extra weight on the thumb and first finger side of your hand. Now, taking a step back about a foot, come back into dolphin plank. And this time, step your feet together. Squeeze your outer hips and your inner thighs as you breathe here. Continue to allow the crown of the head to extend instead of letting your head drop down. Keep the breath steady. You can always take the knees down if it gets to be a bit too much, but we're almost finished, so you just about made it. You're almost there, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Take a little break for a moment. And now we'll stretch out the belly. So come onto your forearms, shoulders right above elbows, wrists right in front of elbows, and then start to drag your elbows toward the back of the mat to bring your chest through toward the front. Roll the shoulder heads back. Lower down, hands by rib cage. Inhale to press into up dog or cobra. And exhale, make your way back, down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it up by the right hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot for crescent, high lunge, reaching up. drop your tailbone. And you can extend the arms out to the sides or interlace your fingers and reach your first finger up. Bend the knee, tap it down. And again, bend the knee any amount. Exhale, stretch out the back leg. Inhale, bend the knee any amount. And exhale, stretch it out. One more. Inhale, bend the knee any amount. And exhale to stretch it out. Now walk your back foot in about a foot and take it flat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Front heel in line with back heel. Lengthen on your inhale. And then walk your hands forward, pulling your right hip back. If you can't reach, you can put your hands on a water bottle or a block. But try to extend out through your spine. Draw your belly in. And then lean forward and pick up your back leg, but lift it up from your inner back thigh. Once you're stable, see if maybe you can walk your hands forward again, stretch through the back leg, and extend through your whole torso. Firm the right standing leg, and then step your feet together. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhaling, press through up dog, and exhaling back into downward dog. Good. And left leg back and up. Inhale, stand the ball of the back foot, rise up, reach up, tailbone down. You can reach your arms out to the sides to straighten them out, or interlace everything but the first fingers and reach up tall. Draw your rib cage in. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale up. And let's see. Inhale, lower. Exhale to come up. Sorry. Inhale, lower any amount. Exhale to come up. And one more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Walk the back foot in a little bit, about a foot. Line up heel to heel and fold forward, pulling the left hip back. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, walk your hands forward a little bit, either on the ground, or if you have a block, you can use that, or a water bottle, and see how much length you can create. We want to create length in the torso in this pose. Reaching forward to create that length. Inhale, lift up your inner thigh on the right leg, lifts, the outer right hip drops down, and once you're stable, maybe walk the hands forward again, maybe a little bit further. And then as you exhale, both feet together. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, reaching up, weight into the heels. Press the shins back, lengthen through the tailbone. And then standing, Samastitihi. And inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Exhale, all the way to down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it up, stand the ball of the back foot, and keep your belly right over your thigh and reach your arms back. Try to touch your belly right onto your thigh. And then inhale and reach your arms forward in line with your ears. Try to make one long line from your heel to your fingertips and belly touching thighs. Walk your back foot in about half a foot, taking it flat. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale to fold. Again, try and touch your belly to your thigh. You can bend the front knee a little bit, like that. Or if you're a little bit more flexible, walk your hands back, fingertips facing the back foot. You can also put a block between your front ankle. Now walking it forward, we'll lift the back leg up from the inner thigh. Exhale, walk the hands toward the standing leg and fold in, reaching the crown of your head down. Firm your standing leg. Keep extending through the top leg. And then step your feet together. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And inhale, lengthen. Once again, exhale to fold, reaching the crown of the head down, holding on to the calves or not. Inhale halfway up and exhale to step or float back. Inhale, pressing up, and exhale back to down dog. Left leg up, inhale. As you exhale, step it up, stay on the ball of the back foot, and hover just above the leg, and then let your belly just kind of press onto the thigh, reaching fingertips back, creating a nice long spine, reaching from the crown of the head forward through the back heel, and then reach the arms forward. Make sure your left knee stays over your ankle. Reaching your fingertips, and again, stretching forward with the arms, but pulling back with the left hip. Walk your back foot in about half a foot. Step it forward, lengthen, inhale, exhale to fold Parsvottanasana. Continue to pull the left hip back so that your hips stay level. Bend your front knee if needed, so maybe you can make a little contact at least with front thigh and belly, and reach the crown of your head down toward your foot. Walk the hands back if you have some more flexibility. Inhale, lean forward, lifting up through your right leg. Lift it from the inner thigh. Again, outer hip dropping down. Maybe hold your left ankle with your left hand. That's optional. Standing split, but we want to try and keep the hips level instead of opening the hip like our body wants to. Release back to standing. Lengthen on the inhale and exhale to fold. Belly on thighs, drop the hips, reach your arms forward. So it's Utkatasana, but your belly's on your thighs and it's a low one. Press the shins back. Keep reaching, interlace your fingers except for the pointer finger and reach that forward. Keep the weight in the heels, lift the belly. And exhale. Take your feet a little wider than hips width and come down into Malasana, a squat. Hands at heart center. If this bothers your knees, don't come down so low. Reaching forward, wrap your right arm around your right leg. You can keep the left arm up or reach around and interlace, holding on to your wrist or your fingers, and roll your left shoulder back. But be sure to squeeze on your right side. You want to squeeze the leg toward the right side of the body as you continue to twist. Keep your breath nice and steady. Our first twist while first holding. Left arm, wrap it around the right. Take your right arm up and perhaps behind you or not. You can keep the arm lifted. Squeeze, though, either way, the left side. So the left leg is squeezing onto the left side of your torso and just stimulating the intestinal tract on the left side. Coming back through center. Slowly straighten the legs. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, come halfway up and lengthen. And exhale, step or float back. Inhaling, press through your hands and feet. And exhaling to downward dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Stand the ball of the back foot as you rise up into crescent pose again. Pulling the right hip back. Exhale, lean forward, hook your left elbow across and twist. Press your palms right in toward the center of the chest. You could stay with that or hooking further across, left hand down, right arm up. Try and lean the shoulders in line with each other. Keep reaching through the back leg. You could stay with that or wrap the right arm behind your back. Take your left arm on the front of the right thigh and whoops, there goes one. Sometimes I fall too. And then let's set up heel to heel. Inhale, lengthen, so back foot is in about a foot. Exhale, reach the left arm forward and then take it down either to the floor or your shin. And if you've got a block, you can use a block. Pull your right hip back and lift up through the right arm. Shoulders in line with each other. Keep pulling back on your right hip and don't forget to ground down through your left leg. Left leg is firm and press with the outer edge of that foot. Come back to center, bend the right knee slightly and pick up your left leg from the inner thigh. Keep your hips level and then reaching up. So as you lift from the inner back thigh, the outer left hip drops down and that keeps our pelvis level. And extending up, make sure your standing leg is firm and then exhale, feet together. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, reaching up, chair pose. Hands to heart center, lean forward, hook your left elbow across, but look at your left knee and make sure it didn't come in front of the right knee. Pull your left hip back to keep the hips level. We want our twist from the waist up. Palms pressing toward the chest, and if you want to open up and take a variation here, you're welcome to. come to center, and exhale to fold. Bend the knees, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot and rise up into crescent. And reaching forward, lean forward, get some length, and then hook your right arm across. Press your palms together to twist. As you inhale, see if you can get some more length through your spine. And as you exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit deeper. Left hand can come to the floor, right arm up if you like that variation. A little bit deeper of a twist. Or wrap your left arm behind the back and interlace fingers, or you can hold on to your wrist and continue to roll the left shoulder back. Hopefully this time I'm pretty stable enough. All right, releasing that. Walk your back foot in about a foot. Take it flat. Inhale. Reach the arms forward and lengthen. Get some length there. And then right hand down inside or outside of the left foot. Left hand to the low back, and just make sure your hips are level. I'm going to fix my stance a little, so take your time if you need to. And twisting, reach up through the right arm. So again, the twist is from the waist up. So you turn your rib cage, you turn your chest. In the twist, you reach the crown of the head forward and maybe look up at your top hand if that's okay on your neck. Looking back down, take a little bend in the left knee, float the right leg up. Nice level hips again, and stretch up through your left arm. And twist. Inhale, create length. Exhale, twist. If it's too hard to reach the floor, I again recommend using a block or a water bottle. Step the feet together. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale to fold. Reaching the crown of your head down. Bend the knees back into Utkatasana chair pose. Get the weight into the heels. Press the shins back. Hook your right arm across and twist. Keep the weight into the heels as you make your twist. Pull your right hip back to keep the hips nice and level. Come through center and fold in Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet, big breath. Exhale, down dog. Look up and bend the knees. Step or hop all the way through and sit. And then lie down on your back for bridge pose. Bend the knees, feet hips width. Make sure your heels are under your knees. Pressing up into bridge, either keep the palms flat or roll the shoulders under and interlace your fingers. Spiral your thighs toward each other and reaching the tailbone toward the backs of your knees. Keep your chest reaching toward your chin, but keep your neck long, chin away from chest. Come on down and rest. Take the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Take a couple of breaths here, coming back to your intention. Maybe one hand on the heart center, one hand on the belly. Nice open heart energy after back bend. Either the same thing again or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Take your hands up by the ears, elbows straight up. Come to the crown of the head. Line up your wrists directly under your elbows and then start to straighten the arms. Again, spiral the thighs in toward each other. Tailbone is still reaching toward backs of knees. Hip points are lifting toward the low ribs, and press your chest toward the back of or the front of your mat. That's the back of your mat. Come on down and rest. And nice open heart energy. You can breathe right into. All right, one more. Bridge pose again, or wheel pose, or if you have a block, you can take supported bridge. Hands up by the ears, elbows parallel. Make sure they don't splay out and press up. Make sure your toes don't turn out. Want to make sure the outer edges of your feet stay parallel. Now try to stretch out the whole front of your body, pressing your chest toward the wall that you're looking at, reaching your tailbone toward the backs of your knees, like someone's pulling you in two different directions. To come down, chin into chest first and lower. Hug your knees into your chest and rock here, side to side, back and forth. Give your low back a nice little massage. And now take your right ankle above your left knee, thread the needle, or roll yourself up and take your right leg and make the shin working toward parallel to the front of your mat. Extend your left leg straight back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, you can stay up or come to your forearms, or you can go ahead and lower down. Pulling your right hip back a little. Flex your right ankle. If this hurts your knee at all, do the pose that I showed first, the thread the needle pose instead. I probably say this often, but when we're doing hip opening, hips are an emotional center in the body, and a lot of times feelings can come up. So if they do, acknowledge those feelings. Allow your breath to take them away if it's time for them to go. And just move on to the next breath. Keeping the attention on the breath keeps us right in the moment, which is a wonderful place to be. Walk yourself up, lean to the right, swing your left leg in front, and then again either thread the needle, left ankle above right knee, or come forward, taking your left shin toward parallel. Doesn't have to be parallel. Reaching your right leg back, inhale, lengthen, exhale, coming forward. Flex the left ankle. In fact, if I take my left shin parallel with the front of the mat, it actually hurts my knee, so I bend the knee, and that helps. Now, as you're here, taking some nice long breaths, take a moment to listen to how you talk to yourself. Are you nice? Are you mean? Are you good to yourself? Do you beat yourself up? A long time ago, I heard someone say, never talk to yourself any differently than you would talk to your best friend. If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, then you're not allowed to say that to yourself. It helped me a lot. I used to beat myself up a lot. Thank goodness. Don't have to do it so much. Pretty much hardly at all, I think. Come on up. Swing your back leg forward and extend both legs out for Dandasana. So sit up tall, flex your ankles, pull your toes back. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, hinge from the hips forward. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Reach the crown of the head toward the feet and lengthen out the spine. So instead of thinking head to knees, think belly to thighs and stretch the crown of the head toward the feet. Come back to your nice, steady breathing. The inhales and the exhales equal in length. Think of every inhale traveling through your spine and just releasing any blockages you might have along your chakra center, along the Sushumna Nadi, right along your spine. And every exhale, just let that all go. Any doubt, any fear. Nice. Inhale, head up. Exhale to release. And we're coming onto our backs. Hug the knees in and reach your tailbone toward the floor. And then making our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So extend the legs out, let your feet just flop right open. Bring your arms by your sides with your palms faced up. And then just allow yourself to sink right into the floor. Notice where the floor makes contact with your body. Notice where the floor doesn't make contact. Notice if there's any tension at all anywhere in your body. Do a quick scan. And then just release any tension. Relax, natural breathing. For the last few classes, I've been talking about the book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and I really highly recommend it. It's a hero's journey. It's a beautiful story about following our dreams and realizing that we all have a purpose, and he calls it our personal legend. But there are obstacles, and it's not always an easy path. In fact, it can be quite difficult, and many of us just let go because we figure, oh, we must not be doing the right thing. But start to make movements in your fingers and toes and stretch, and while you're stretching, the fourth obstacle is fear. And it's the fear of realizing the dream for which we fought all of our lives. So we get right there to the door, and then something happens, and then we just don't want to do it. So our quote, tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. Hands to the forehead, remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart, remind us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. And I honor each of you. Thank you for sharing your wonderful energy. Let's send that out to all beings everywhere, bowing with namaste. Please like and comment, and please donate. There's a link right below that you can make a donation so that we can continue to provide free videos, free yoga to as many people as we can. If you have a comment, if there's something you'd like to see, please leave that below. And go to fightmasteryoga.com to keep up on different yoga retreats and classes. If you're in the Southern California area, please let me know. I'd love to have you as a guest at one of my classes in person, IRL. It'd be great to see you. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful support. Have a great day. Bye.